Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead Dead City. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another video. This one's going to be discussing some recent news that has come out for The Walking Dead Dead City and some filming news, of course, which we discussed in yesterday's video. In today's video, I want to talk about a prediction of mine that we may or may not be getting a post-credit for The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2. And obviously, if that's the case, what will the post-credit be? Now, unlike a lot of other channels that are going out there saying there is a post-credit, I'm just thinking, hey, look, there could be. You know what I mean? And my question is for this is, if there is a post-credit, will we get, one of the things that we've been asking for Dead City? Because there's a lot of things that people have been requesting. So I'm going to go through the possibilities. If there is a post-credit for this, which obviously, if you haven't heard, this Thursday and Friday, they are going to Central Park to film additional scenes for The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2. So a lot of people are wondering, are they filming additional scenes? Is it reshoots? Is it a additional thing altogether? Or is it a post-credit? Now, obviously, with The Walking Dead, they do have a track record of this, and I don't know if anybody's aware of this, but it is true, is that back in 2022, they wrapped up filming for the original Walking Dead series. And they filmed an ending where they had the older kids as like the ending of The Walking Dead. I don't know if anybody has ever seen that, but it's like what Judith, RJ, and all of them would be like at the end, and it was all a bunch of older actors, and they never used those pieces of footage. And then many, many months later, I think it was like somewhere in July or August of that year, it was a few months before the series finale aired, they brought Andy and Denai to do this ending cliffhanger to 11/24, and added that in last minute. You know what I mean? So they changed up the ending very quickly. Is that something like what's going on here? Are they adding an extra scene? Are they changing the way Season 2 ends? Or are they doing a post-credit? I don't know. Now, in terms of what I think this is, like I said, I do think it's just reshoots because they weren't able to film in New York at the time. So I do think that's what this is. But if it's a post-credit, what kind of post-credit would we want them to do? And obviously, we know that Gimple, because he announced this week, is setting up another phase of the Walking Dead universe. So does this have something to do with it? Is this a post-credit to almost advertise the next phase of The Walking Dead, whatever that is that Gimple is coming up with at the moment? And obviously, I think the biggest thing that everybody would want to see in a post-credit is Rick. Now, I am not asking for Rick in this show. It's a Maggie and Negan show. I'm not asking for Rick. If Rick shows up, I will take the W when I can. But I'm not asking for Rick. And honestly, I don't think that's what this is. Everybody that keeps telling me they think it's Rick and it's a Rick scene. Listen, if we get a leak this Thursday or Friday that Rick Grimes is back and Andy is back on set, it's like the one time I do an exception to cover a spoilery topic. I would talk about it. But here's the thing. I don't think that's what it is. However, in my opinion, what they should do, and I would highly recommend them to do such, is a post-credit for the season advertising Dwight and Sherry are in New York. I would love that. And admittedly, a lot of people say, like, okay, well, wait a minute, Dan, how would that work? How would Dwight and Sherry be in a post-credit? Because, here's the thing. In Season 3, and this would be a story that I would tell in Season 3, in Season 3, you would find out that the Croat lied to Negan. Let's say Negan kills Croat at the end of Season 2, right? Negan kills Croat with the bat. He flips on him, he kills Croat, and you get a brutal death for Croat in the Season 2 finale of Dead City, right? And before Negan kills Croat, I would have him reveal that he didn't find the sanctuary abandoned. They made things that way. They made things that bad. And Negan would not know what the hell is going on. And he would reveal to him that Dwight and Sherry were running the sanctuary all these years later. And when Croat saw them running the sanctuary and they saw how successful it turned out to be, he got angry because he views it as the only person that can lead the sanctuary is Negan. And if Negan's not leading the sanctuary, nobody is. And imagine Croat reveals this information that he killed innocent people in Dwight and Sherry's community at the sanctuary that they built up. And imagine he sits there on his knees as he's about to be killed by Negan, as he reveals that he did all of this. He took out Dwight's community. He took out innocent people for him, you know? And imagine Negan looks at this and he feels responsible. And Croat's like, I did that for you, Negan, you know? I went in there. I took out Dwight and Sherry's settlement at the sanctuary because that was all for you. And now we can gain back that place. I did that for you, Negan. It's in his character. You can't tell me it's not in his character. And that would explain the plot hole that was the season 1 finale of Dead City, where he's sitting in the back of the van and he's like, Negan, I went back to the sanctuary. It was abandoned, you know? Which is ridiculous because Dwight and Sherry went back there at the end of Fear the Walking Dead. So, unless they're just ignoring Fear the Walking Dead completely, I would say that if you want to make it make sense, say that he reveals in his death scene before he dies that he did go back there and he killed innocent people at the sanctuary, and he did it all for Negan to gain control of that place again because he couldn't stand Dwight and Sherry running the place correctly, and he views it as he did himself. He did a favor to Negan, and Negan gets pissed, and as soon as he finds this out, he kills Croat. Lucille's Croat. That's Negan's final ever Lucille kill in the entire franchise. And at the end of that episode, Negan would know Dwight and Sherry could be alive out there somewhere. Something's going on. And Negan in season 3 would go back to the sanctuary, and you would actually get a meeting between Dwight, Sherry, and Negan. And the one person that would defend Negan, right, the one person that would stop them from doing this to him, to kill him, right, would be Maggie. And Maggie would say, listen, I've been in your position before too. It never gets easier. I still hate this man. A while ago, I would have killed him for you. But we need him because he's the only person that can control this whole situation going on right now. We need Negan on our side. You know what I'm saying? And Dwight and Sherry have to comply. To me, that, if they laid out the story like that, and there was a post-credit at the end of this episode, at the end of the season 2 finale, genuinely, absolutely incredible. And I would love the twist for Croat that he did that, because it's in his death scene. It's one final just, from the Croat, you know what I'm saying? But then you set up for something exciting, because now Negan knows about Dwight's existence out there. And now you set that up. And then in the post-credit, you have Dwight that shows up to New York because maybe he hears about this Negan guy running the city. You know what I'm saying? And he's just like, yo, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm just saying, if the writers knew what was good for them, they would do something along the lines of that. I think that would seriously set up some hype for season 3. And it would give Croat a badass villain moment before he dies. But they probably won't do that. The writers are... Unfortunately, modern-day Walking Dead writing is not up to that, type of quality. But, we could always hope, right? But anyway, I would love it. If I was one to pick, that would be the post-credit for me is Dwight. I just think we need Dwight in this show. I've said it from the get-go. I just think we need him. I think you can't have a Savior-related show with Savior history and lore, and not include Dwight and Sherry. They are part of it. They are literally what introduced the Savior storyline. To not put Dwight and Sherry in the Dead City Savior backstory type of show, you're insane. I'm sorry, you're absolutely out of your mind. So, I don't know. That's my thoughts on all that stuff. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you think that Dwight and Sherry should appear, and if you think that that should be somewhat of the fashion that they do it in. Let me know. So, if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe and tune in to miss any of the videos of The Walking Dead. Be sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected, every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.